thick and through thin, all out or all in. And whether it's win, place, or show, it's you for me and me for you. Whatever we do, we'll muddle through together wherever we go.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Canon John Denaro, the rector of St. Anne and the Holy Trinity Church and Pro-Cathedral in downtown Brooklyn, and I want to welcome you to Together Wherever, brought to you live from our church, but also from several places our other hosts and presenters happen to be tonight. This is St. Anne's first virtual fundraiser, and the first ever gala that I'm hosting in my pajama bottoms and slippers. Just kidding. I'm fully clothed. This is St. Anne's. This event is virtual because we've learned to adapt. We'll never get used to the anxiety, loss, and the many challenges that we've experienced in the pandemic era. But we've met the moment and made remote gatherings a regular feature of community life at St. Anne's for as long as we must. But we depend and thrive on gathering for prayer, learning, and service. We gather. Over the last 9 months, gathering virtually has made it possible to stay connected with far-flung friends like we're doing tonight. And let's face it, some amount of virtual gathering is here to stay. But virtual will never replace live, in the flesh gathering, which we long for and pray will be possible again soon. Thank you for joining us to celebrate the joys and the strides of the last months through a temporary closure of our buildings, and since we've modestly re-inhabited our spaces, St. Anne's remained open and active. We'll say more about that later, but the good news is we got innovative and continued to fulfill our mission, and we did it together from wherever we were. We've got lots to take stock of, but the emotional and spiritual toll caused by the pandemic will surely persist. A more quantifiable challenge of late has been keeping our doors closed to numerous partners and space users, making it impossible to be a community commons and generate the income we count on. Your enthusiasm for what we do at St. Anne's is the key to sustaining our mission through this crisis and beyond. We need the kind of goodwill and support you offer so consistently. Though scattered now, your presence is felt deeply, and we want to give you something, which is the great program ahead that we hope won't push you past your limited bandwidth and Zoom fatigue, and instead provide a balm and bring you joy. I'm so thankful for you and for the team that helped put this evening's event together. I'm also incredibly thankful for leaders with whom I serve, two of whom I want to introduce you now to offer some brief remarks. Leon Willis and Hallie Taylor, our wardens, the wardens of St. Anne's.
Good evening. My name is Leon Willis, and I am one of the wardens here. And before I continue, first I want to thank Canon John and Mother Kate, Ellen, the wonderful performers that you'll see later tonight, for pulling together this gala, about which I'm very, very excited. And so let me again welcome you to this gala. Together Wherever is something that we enjoy and endure quite a bit here at St. Anne's. For my part as warden, I'm entering my last year. This is the last few moments before my final term expires. And I must say, during the time that I've served in this capacity, I've seen an immense amount of change in this place. And one thing that's been interesting is the way that we're always able to stay together during this change. And listening to Father John or Canon John's homily this morning, he mentioned an episode that happened to his father involving a piece of plaster, and immediately my mind went to the sanctuary experience that we had in this church. And it was something that terrified us instantly because we weren't sure what was going to happen next or what our church was going to look like physically or emotionally, frankly, in terms of how we were able how we were going to be able to congregate. But we figured something out. And what I remember most about that time is two different things, frankly. One, we had to leave our sanctuary and we rearranged ourselves in the parish hall, and we continued our service, but in a new way. So it was continuing service, but beginning it anew. The psalms we sang were a little louder. We sat a little closer together. The mission to fight food insecurity by having sandwich Sundays was directly behind us during the course of a service. It was an amazing experience. And that's not to say that we weren't grateful to return to the sanctuary, because we certainly were. But it was an amazing experience for us to be able to get through together, to figure it out together. And something else that happened as a consequence of that is that our vestry met with the bishop and members of the trustees of the estate belonging to the Diocese of Long Island, and spoke about the needs of the church and its import. And I feel like part of that experience is what eventually led St. Anne's to return to its prior status as a pro-cathedral. So all of that is to say that when things aren't quite the same as we expect them to be, and we can't congregate like we'd like, we're always able to come together in some new way and figure out a better way forward. And so I look forward to seeing what happens next. We're together now online, but when we are able to actually be in the same rooms together, I look forward to see what we'll do. And with that, I'd like to turn you over to Hallie, who will help lead that new vision forward.
Thank you, Leon. And thank you, all of you, for joining us for this virtual gala. My name is Hallie Taylor, and I'm one of the wardens of St. Anne in the Holy Trinity Church. And I joined St. Anne's about 7 years ago, shortly after moving to New York City. And I want to tell you a little bit about why I came to St. Anne's. I did a lot of church shopping when I moved to New York, and St. Anne's stood out to me for a number of reasons. It is a community where I truly felt welcomed and comfortable. It's a diverse community, tight-knit congregation, and there's a clear commitment to welcoming people to come as you are. There's also a commitment here to using faith to connect with the broader community. So through engagement in social justice issues and in arts programming. And St. Anne's is also a scrappy church where the gifts and contributions of all are not only valued, but truly, truly needed. And this has been such a hard year for so many of us, I venture to say for all of us. But the reasons that I first came to St. Anne's have been strong throughout this time of physical separation for me. It's still a welcoming place where you can come as you are. And in fact, that now means you can come in your pajamas on your couch. Our commitment to social justice and to programming in the arts has evolved and adapted. We are putting public art installations on our fence and having concerts in our garden. We are feeding the poor through a pop-up pantry. We are joining for conversations about race and faith and justice over Zoom. And although we have a pretty snazzy virtual gala in store for you, it's still a scrappy church. And whether you're a parishioner or a community partner or a friend, we need you. In fact, one of the upsides of having things happen virtually now is that some folks who are friends and parishioners who have moved away can now volunteer in our services again or join us for this gala. Yesterday, while my family and I were eating breakfast, my 3-year-old daughter said to us, "I wish we got to do church in the living room." And we explained that it was Saturday and that tomorrow on Sunday, we would get to do that. And I wish I could say that when we were actually in the act of joining for online worship, that her behavior always indicates that it's something that she's excited to do. The truth is sometimes there are tears. There are also moments of joy. But We've even discovered that during Zoom coffee hour and Zoom Sunday school, having the ability to mute can actually make Zoom a little more convenient than real life from a parenting perspective. So there have been some wins there. But really, when she said that at breakfast yesterday, it just made me so happy because it made me realize that my daughter wanting to do church in the living room means that our church connection, our community, our faith, and really St. Anne's as the anchor of all of that has continued throughout this time of separation, and that we're all forming new rituals and routines as we navigate this wilderness together. I really long for that day when we can be back in the church together and belting out hymns, passing the peace with handshakes and hugs, but we are using this time to come up with ways to stay close to God, to stay close to each other. And I thank you for being part of this connection, for part of this experiment of trying things in new ways, and thank you for your support.
Thank you, Leon and Hallie. I think you can all see what makes St. Anne's special just in these two people, and what a privilege it is for me to serve alongside them. We're going to move forward. The show must go on, and so it happens now that we present to you the first musical presentation of the evening. We welcome to your screen and are so grateful for our friend Michael Winther, who brought along with him for this recording that you'll now see his friends, Gabrielle Stravelli and Art Hirahara. I know you'll enjoy this. And here we go, off we go.
I imagine most of you will be familiar with this song. It's the great Creedence Clearwater hit, Have You Ever Seen the Rain, written by John Fogerty. And I've been singing this song for many, many years. But I think I started singing it around 2014, and then I sort of put it away for a while. And this year, it's been speaking to me again. It feels like the right time for this song again. Fogerty actually said that he wrote it about the fact that at this point in his career, in the band's career, they were as famous and as rich as they'd ever been, and yet they'd never been so unhappy. And so I think that this song is a meditation on being in a dark place, but still holding on to some thread of hope to get you through. And I can't think of a time when we all need that kind of thought more than right now. Someone told me long ago, there's a calm before the storm. I know it's been coming for some time. When it's over, so they say, it'll rain a sunny day. I know, shining down like water. I wanna know, have you ever seen rain? I wanna know, have you ever seen rain coming down on a sunny day? Yesterday and days before, sun is cold and rain is hard. I know it's been that way for all my time.
So this song is very much in line with today's theme, Together Wherever. And of course, we thought of this great song from Gypsy. Wherever we go, whatever we do, we're gonna go through it together. We may not go far, but sure as a star. Wherever we go, it's together. Wherever I go, I know you go. Wherever you go, I know I go. No fits, no fights, no feuds, and no egos. Amigos, together, through thick and through thin, all out or all in, and whether it's win, place, or show, it's you for me and me for you. Whatever we do, we'll muddle through together wherever we go. No fights, no feuds, and no egos. Amigos, together, all out or all in, through thick and through thin, and whether it's win, place, or show, it's you for me and me for you. Whatever we do, we'll muddle through together, wherever we go.
This next piece is a jazz standard called We'll Be Together Again. Obviously, it sort of fits into the theme of today's show, and I believe truly that we will all be together again very soon.
Ah, that was divine. That and all of tonight's musical performances will be were recorded in our sanctuary. In case you didn't realize that that's where those folks were, and we're so grateful for them, for that great set. You'll hear more from those folks. But now, as we mix things up a bit, I want to introduce you to Ms. Ellen Riley, who, among other things, tonight performs in the role of raffle master. So, Ellen, I invite you to take it away for us.
Yes, I am coming to you live from the Magic Raffle Castle. I am your raffle master, I am your princess of prizes, and I am your chancellor of chance. We have so many things to give away, and while I would share with you more witticisms, we just don't have time. I have to give away so many prizes in such a short amount of time, so let's get started. I know there's a lot of online rivalry happening for a particular LL Bean gift card. You're gonna have to wait. First up, we're starting with Artisanal Crafts, Etsy, a $100 gift card. So let me see, make sure I shake it up. Let's see who the winner is. Who is it? It's Colleen Heemeyer. There you go. Congratulations, Colleen. Yay. All right, I got to write that down. Colleen H. Okay, got it. Next up, tea. This beautiful tea shop in Bed-Stuy called Brooklyn Tea. So many fun gifts and prizes there. T-shirts, teapots, tea. I suppose they sell tea. Here we go. Let's see who won it. And oh my gosh, who is it? Who is it? Lori Glover. Lori Glover is a tea lover. There you go, Lori Glover. Lori, my assistant raffle mistress is out today, so I'm having to do everything myself. I guess she's working from home like all of us. All right, what do we have next? Athleisure wear. Ooh, Lululemon. I gotta mix these up before I do it. All right, ready? And let's see who wins. Drum roll, please. Who is it? Oh, wait. That didn't work. Three came out. I put them all back, I promise. Who is it? Allison Melick. Oh my gosh, Allison, congratulations. Oh, a lot of people are very disappointed right now, Allison. That was a very popular gift. Okay, but you deserve it. All right, what's up next? Local liquors. Oh yeah, this one's a good one. All right, I happen to enjoy a little tipple once in a while. All right, ready? Drum roll, please. Local liquors from Montague Wines and Spirits, $75 gift card. It is Barbara Gonzo. Congratulations, Barbara. Can you read that? Yay, Barbara. I'll be over for cocktail hour tomorrow. I like a nice full-bodied red, just so you know. All right. Brick oven pizza. Oh, I like pizza too. Unfortunately, I like all these things, don't I? That's why my pants don't fit anymore. Okay. So Della Rocco's $50 gift card. I just was doing a last little mixing of the tiles of the names. I wasn't cheating. Okay, here we go. Della Rocco's goes to Joel Van Loo. I happen to know, Joel, that it's entirely possible I could be visiting you and you could be buying me that pizza. So Joel Van Loo, I'm just going to put my name next to Joel's name. Joel Van Loo and Ellen. Okay. Congratulations, Joel. We're doing so well. Only 4 more in this set. Let's shake this up. Shake and bake. Okay, this one is for Brooklyn Gifts and Crafts. This is from the Brooklyn Women's Exchange. Lots of cute things, $75. Oh my gosh, here we go. And it goes to Lori Glover again. Lucky lady. Can you see that? Lori Glover. Oh my gosh. Good for you, Lori. I'd say buy a raffle ticket, but you did. Wait, a lottery ticket. That's what I meant. Oh my gosh. All right. We got the yarn store. Oh yeah. That's a good COVID activity, yarns. It's from String Thing Studio, really cute, $75. You can make a lot of cute things for $75. So here we go. Ready? And the winner is Colleen Heemeyer. Oh my gosh. Congratulations, Colleen. Oh my gosh. All right. Sorry. Again, I have to be my own secretary. Colleen, congratulations. We'll talk. I love knitting. Toddler's Playtime. This one doesn't have a lot of entrants. I wonder who's going to win. I'll still do the drum roll. It deserves a drum roll. Ready? Toddler's Playtime at Lavender Blues. A semester of online fun for your little ones so that you can get some rest for 45 minutes. Leon Willis. Congratulations. Leon, I happen to know, has twins and about a 3-year-old. So he's got, I think, 3 kids under the age of 3 at home. So Leon, well deserved. And last for this round, okay, folks, I'll be back later. I just want to say that while I'm shaking these up, a lot of these lovely gifts were given by the local businesses in Brooklyn, and we thank them for that. And they're always so generous at this time of year. And we tried to make some Brooklyn gifts, and we tried to do some for those friends who are tuning in from California or Maine, and we have a couple of those. So this is a nice mixture. All right, last up for this round, and I'll see you in a little bit, our favorite florist from down the street, James Weir Florist, $75 gift card. Oh, there's a lot of names in here. Okay, ready? Here we go. And the winner is Deborah Packer. Congratulations, Deborah. Yay. All right, well, that's it for me. Deborah Packer. I got to put her name down. And while you go back to your entertainment, I'm going to be getting the next round of raffles ready. So, John, you can take it away.
Thank you, Ellen. Ellen is a raffle master extraordinaire and also has assisted and supported St. Anne's in so many ways through this pandemic and before, and I'm guessing beyond, unless she gives up on us tonight. She helped us put together what we're going to share next, which is a video of life in these last 9 months here at St. Anne's that is very brief, but gives you a great sense of what we've been able to do, how open we really were. Hallie, in her opening remarks, alluded to some of the programs and and life here that you'll see just now. And again, thanks to Ellen, and thanks to all of you who kept the wind at our backs and kept us encouraged and reminded us that our mission continues even through this difficult time. I have to say that all really moves me. There's so much about it that it's hard to believe we accomplished, but we did it together. Some of the particularly moving images were of the concerts in the garden, our art exhibit outside on our fence now. We've just sort of turned our ministry and our mission here inside out. And we are a commons actually still, just on the sidewalk instead of inside of the sanctuary. The musicians that you saw briefly there, almost all said that the concert that they offered in the garden this summer was the first time they had performed live since the pandemic shut things down and made it impossible for performers and artists of all kinds to exercise their craft. And the performance that you're about to see is yet another by a friend of this parish, Janice Lowe, who brought with her two remarkable musicians, Gwen Laster and Damon Banks. They too have had very few opportunities to share their gifts, but I'm so grateful that we have this opportunity to listen and to be moved by works that Janice has composed and a number of friends of hers have written the lyrics to. I'll leave it there and offer this next great presentation.
I'm very happy to be at St. Anne's today. I'm joined by Gwen Laster on violin and Damon Banks on bass guitar. And the first song that we're going to be performing is Count on Dorothy Counts, composed by myself, Janice Lowe, and the lyricist is Leanne Brown from our multimedia show in progress, entitled Desegregation Remix, Three Women Sing the Borders. And in this song is inspired by two civil rights heroines, two sheroes. One 15-year-old Dorothy Counts of Charlotte, North Carolina, who by herself desegregated Harding High School. And the song kind of deals with some of the complicated ugliness she experienced in trying to do what she thought was a positive thing, not only for herself, but for her town and for society. And then the second part of this song calls on the memory of Vivian Malone, who was one of two students to attempt to desegregate the University of Alabama during George Wallace's famous stand in the schoolhouse door where he talked about segregation now and forever. I put on my dress of plaid, escorted by my friend's dad. They walked to school so high that day, could not believe what they had to say. White boy in Scotch redneck plaid bites his lip with an ugly expression. What does it come across in pictures as a number of adults yelling from porches I walk on by? I will not repeat words hurting me down the street. I steeled myself, those thoughts I bore. Kept my thoughts on that schoolhouse, kept my thoughts on that schoolhouse door, kept my thoughts on that schoolhouse door. Open that door, open that door, open that door, open that. Open that door, open that door, open that door, open that. Backwoods roads frightful in the night, but a path to school is my birthright. I chose to walk so others could all go to school in my neighborhood. Saw a little bitty boy, younger than me, in a photo in the paper in Tennessee. He was holding up his pencil in his little fist, and his notebook between his parents, all determined and kissed. If he could do it, so could I. I'm here in my red dress, ready to fly. I wanna go to school and learn the way of the world. I'm here, I'm ready, I'm waiting. I'm here, I'm ready, I'm waiting. Vivian Malone, born 1942, one of two to enroll in the Beast Valley. 1963 was a beast of a year, beast of a year, beast of a year. Stole Medgar Evers, stole John F. Kennedy, stole for little Sunday school. Birmingham girls dead away, dead away, away. Folks called it Birmingham. This next song is In My Home. The lyrics are by Marjorie Duffield. I composed the music, and it's from our musical, Sittin' at the Five and Dime. Sittin' at the Five and Dime takes place in 1959 in Nashville, Tennessee, and it's inspired by the college students, including John Lewis and Diane Nash and Paula Prad, who studied nonviolent direct action with Reverend James Lawson. The character of Mark is particularly inspired by Paula Prad, who was one of the few white students who attended an HBCU in the 1950s. He wanted to be a part of the civil rights movement, and he was really ticked off at what was going on in Nashville, and he joined up with the movement and became an ally. And I dedicate these two songs that we've performed today to the student activists today, the students who were brave and bold, who used their voices, who put their bodies in the streets to support Black Lives Matter and to support a true justice in this country. Most children learn to sit still, how to say thank you and please. But in my home over dinner, we discuss fair labor and the living wage. In my home over dinner, we discuss the jobless and the people's rage.
Around, no.
Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around, turn us around. No, 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 no. Because this time ain't no better time than this time. Although it's clearly overtime. Ain't gonna let nobody turn us around. No, no, no.
And do I have talented friends? We are blessed. That was just awesome. So we're about a half hour till the end of this magnificent production, and we still have a lot in store. I want to shift gears as we do something that we've made a tradition of each year at our gala at St. Anne's, and pause to acknowledge the good work of some in our community. We inaugurated an award, or an honor we call the Spirit and Service Award here some years back. And I wish I'd thought to bring the list of those we've bestowed this honor on in years past. This year, we have two extraordinary honorees, folks who've dedicated their lives to service, who have made amazing things happen on behalf of Brooklynites. And to join me in these presentations, I've invited my colleague, Mother Kate Salisbury, who is the Associate Rector here at St. Anne and the Holy Trinity. I know you're there, Kate. I saw you a moment ago. If your video and audio aren't on, I invite you to turn them on now. And I'm going to turn this over to you as we continue with these Spirit and Service Award presentations.
Thank you. Our first recipient tonight is Cecilia Clark. She's president and CEO of Brooklyn Community Foundation, whose mission is to raise and disperse capital to directly serve the people of Brooklyn. Early in her career, Cecilia worked in the art world, in management and fundraising for both art schools and eventually the Brooklyn Museum. And she got her start as a social worker, counseling women at the Fountain House, a clubhouse program for the mentally ill. In 2001, Cecilia founded the extraordinarily successful Sadie Nash Leadership Project for low-income women in New York City and Newark, New Jersey. She started this program, and here I think of good old Ann Sands. She started this program for young women in her dining room and had an inaugural class of 16 students in 2002. Today, that organization serves more than 1,000 young women and girls annually with scholarships and leadership and educational opportunities. The New York Times awarded the Sadie Nash Leadership Project the Gold Prize for Management in 2010. And First Lady Michelle Obama presented that organization with the National Arts and Humanities Youth Program Award in 2013. Cecilia continues to serve on its board of directors. When she joined the Brooklyn Community Foundation later that year in 2013, right away she oversaw an overhaul of that organization that moved it from a traditional bank foundation into one that is truly community-based. She engaged more than 1,000 of our neighbors in Brooklyn, recipients of programs, leaders of programs, community members, in a process that became known as Brooklyn Insights, and I encourage you to Google it. And one of the clear messages that emerged from that process, as people determined the most pressing concerns for our borough, and this was 6 or 7 years ago, is that racial inequity, even in a borough where 70% of our neighbors are people of color, remained at the root of our most serious challenges. Brooklyn Community Foundation determined then to prioritize that issue and to embody racial justice in its structure and in its function. This year brought the unexpected pandemic of COVID-19 to our borough. And that organization, the Brooklyn Community Foundation, was one of the very first groups in the country to launch a response to COVID-19. At this point, the pandemic was mostly on the West Coast, but to quote the book of Daniel, Cecilia saw the writing on the wall, and in a matter of days, that group raised over $3 million, $3.3 million, not from other foundations, but from individuals and families in our borough. Donations from $5 to hundreds of thousands of dollars. And since then, it has funded more than 165 local organizations and has a 1-week response time to receive a $10,000 grant. In reflecting on her work, Cecilia is quick to cite our borough's motto, which you may or may not know. In unity, there is strength. Her faith in this principle has helped to make it so and is an inspiration.
Thank you, Kate. Let's see Cecilia offer some reflections in her own words.
First of all, thank you. I'm so honored to receive this award. Brooklyn Community Foundation is a little over 10 years. We were established in 2009. And our charge for Brooklyn, like community foundations everywhere, is to build assets for the charitable need of Brooklyn. So that is what we do, fundamentally. And one of the very first things we did is a project called Brooklyn Insights. And I raise that because it established us as being a particular kind of foundation, and that is a foundation that really took seriously the word community in its name, which is creating a relationship with the community that was meaningful and that mattered. And so Brooklyn Insights was a way for us to establish a vision, establish a mission by having conversations with Brooklynites. But one of the themes that emerged was racial justice. This is long before George Floyd. And as an institution, we took that very seriously. So our grant making, our operations, our financial management, our board and our staff, all are infused with this value of racial justice. And I think that in many ways, it's what makes this community foundation very distinct for a borough that is almost 70% people of color. We may be one of the few foundations that are really funding community-based. And when I say community-based organizations, I truly mean community-led. These organizations are led by those who are most impacted. Our board members at the end of February started talking to me and just saying, you know what? We see what's happening, and Brooklyn's going to be hit very, very hard, and we need to do something. So the board committed to two things. One, to give personally, and two, to draw down more money from the endowment, which is critical, right? Because this is a time for philanthropy to step up and not to step back. And what's really critical about this fund is that this is a racially just response to COVID. It ties to what we knew ended up being true, which is that Black and brown people were going to be impacted by this crisis at a far greater rate than white people. And sadly, that came true. In the end, really what we saw was that Brooklyn itself mobilized, right? These were truly neighbors helping neighbors. And just as a reminder, the motto for Brooklyn is "In unity, there is strength." And I really think that motto is not better manifest but what happened behind our COVID response fund. In just 16 weeks, which was our immediate response fund, in 16 weeks, we distributed $3.3 million to 420 organizations. It was really an honor to see every day generosity. The smallest gift we got was $5, and the largest gift we got was $250,000. 1,600 donors. So this is truly Brooklyn turning out for Brooklyn. Well, one thing I want to say, I think, particularly about St. Anne's and the Holy Trinity, and I think it's like Brooklyn Community Foundation, is that you really are led by your values. And I know that they're spiritual values, but they're clearly the values of social justice as well. An understanding of structural inequity, injustice, racial injustice, these matter because these are impacting the daily lives, the lived lives of Brooklyn residents. And so I would say that for any organization doing charitable work, lean into those values of justice and of racial equity, because that will make a difference in the long run. And I would also say that be aware that the real experts in communities are those that are really embedded, that those are really impacted. I think that that's really critical, that understand that community members are the experts and we are here to help, but we need to start with them as the guide.
So for those of you who saw Cecilia holding her citation, I wanted to read to you what is written on that award. St. Anne and the Holy Trinity Church recognizes Cecilia Clark, President and CEO of Brooklyn Community Foundation, with the Spirit and Service Award for boldly leading through a season of change while pursuing the goal of a fair and just Brooklyn, for forcefully confronting the coronavirus pandemic and identifying the disproportionate impact of COVID-19 on communities of color in our borough, for mobilizing vast resources from Brooklynites to address the unprecedented needs of our neighbors, for listening to and learning from community leaders who cultivate creativity and serve the forgotten, voiceless, and vulnerable, and for entrusting the vision of a future Brooklyn to all who live and work here. Our second recipient tonight is known to every priest, minister, rabbi, and imam in Brooklyn. He is the Reverend Guilford T. Monrose. And in addition to serving as pastor of the historic Mount Zion Church of God Seventh Day in East Flatbush, he serves as a liaison between Brooklyn Hall and all of Brooklyn's faith communities as the director of faith-based and clergy initiatives. Pastor Gill has been a friend of the Brooklyn Heights Interfaith Clergy Association for years. He helps us and faithful communities around our borough get things done and live out our mission. As Pastor Gill says, there is a thin gap between state and church, and it can be bridged. Pastor Gill is not a native of Brooklyn, but of the US Virgin Islands. He moved to New York in 1999 to pursue his studies, and according to his official biography, to marry the love of his life, Diane Thomas. He has had a lifelong dream to serve the church and got his start in ministry with youth. He was a trailblazer. He established Catch the Vision, CTV youth conferences, which has empowered youth, focused on healthy marriages among young people, and attracted people of all ages since 2002. Pastor Gill initiated the Unity Gospel Fest at Kingsbrook Jewish Medical Center in an effort to bring together spiritual and physical wellness. He was instrumental in the establishment of the East Flatbush Ready When the Time Comes disaster team, which works with the American Red Cross to train teams in disaster relief. Pastor Gill is team leader for the local East Flatbush team. Pastor Gill has served as the chaplain for the MTA. He is a graduate of the NYPD Citizen Academy and the FBI Citizen Academy. He has participated in training exercises with the NYPD in order to better understand policing. Pastor Gill sits on the board of the Flatbush YMCA and on the advisory board for Boys Town. He chairs the Community Leadership Council for the Kingsbrook Jewish Medical Center. During COVID, Pastor Gill knew that his church had its work cut out for it. Their food pantry has only expanded, it never closed, and continues to work in serving the local community. Pastor Gill lives with his wife, Diane, and 2 children in Weeksville. And a favorite quote of Pastor Gill's is by Henry Wordsworth Longfellow. We judge ourselves by what we feel we are capable of doing, while others judge us by what we have already done.
I'm Guilford Monrose. I'm the pastor of Mount Zion Church in East Flatbush. I'm also the faith-based director of Clergy Initiative for the Brooklyn Borough President, Eric Adams. And one of the things that my role is that I help faith leaders navigate the complexities of government. One of the things about Brooklyn is that you can go from one place, you can see a mosque, you can see a Christian church, you can see a synagogue, you can see pagans, you can see wherever, all in one particular block in Brooklyn. I always would say to people who come to Borough Hall is that I want you to have the right to pray as I want the right to pray as well. We have celebrations and activities and festivities. We either host them, support them, sponsor, partner, open up our space when the space was open to Borough Hall to allow them to come in and to celebrate their faith so that all of us can get along in this community. We call it the sum of George Floyd, when America, for the first time, Canada was still and saw very front and foremost before their very eyes, a life that was taken and snuffed away. Then for COVID-19, don't forget that you had an idea of overcrowded situations in hospitals in the poor and brown and black communities. Then you had pastors and faith leaders for the first time closing the houses of worship. Never before have we seen this. We did a memorial for about 80 faith leaders who died in Brooklyn alone, who passed away from COVID-19. And that was sad. We lost a lot of giants during COVID-19. And I think that when you look back at history again, it will prove that, wow, we went through a lot of changes in Brooklyn. But it was a new day as well. A lot of new leaders started to rise up. A lot of new ministries started to take charge. A lot of people started to serve who never used to serve anymore. Moving out of your church and your houses of worship and your synagogue and your mosque and your temples, and now going out into the street. Serving people by the love of your tradition, right? Whatever God that you serve was always a God of love and compassion. And so we saw that Brooklyn as a whole rose to the challenge. We still had that resolve spiritually, and we still had that center that no matter what chaos was thrown at us, we are really stronger when we come together. I'm serving in Flatbush. It's a predominantly Caribbean American neighborhood. And so one of the things that I deal with, of course, is immigration. One of the things that we also deal with is gun violence. And so what we have seen, of course, with COVID-19 is that there need to be special care and attention given to these communities who are dying first, dying fast, and need the support from faith leaders across the board. So the work that we do in East Flatbush is to be a liaison between the police department, the 67th Precinct, along with our community. And so we form a group called the 67th Precinct Clergy Council that is also known as the God Squad. We decide to respond to the violence by, number one, caring for the families, to let them know, listen, we don't want you to walk alone because of your son and your daughter get shot in the streets of New York City. And then we started to organize as a group of clergy, then started to train clergy as to how to do clergy walks, going out in the community, saying hi, hello, getting to meet individuals on the street, giving them jobs and opportunities, take them out of where they are and give them, whether it's a job, if they need an ID, if they need to go back to school to get the GED. So we started to organize within our communities. And so that's what we do in Flatbush through the God Squad. The importance of facilities and organizations and structures like St. Anne is that I don't want to be in a city that is soulless. We have a lot of high rises. We have houses of worship that is selling off right now because of the economics and people are moving, gentrification is happening. So institutions and houses of worship like St. Anne is a pillar, it's a bedrock in our communities. It's a sign of hope when people are walking by. It's a sign of hope when people come in to visit with it. It's a sign of hope when children are born into the church. It's a sign of hope. So we need St. Anne and to be that sign of hope. It's a beacon of light. So when you look at all of the darkness in communities and neighborhoods, you want to be able to say, here is a bright spot. And we think that there is no brighter spot in Brooklyn than St. Anne Church, who continues to be the model citizens of the kingdom. Meaning that, listen, we don't want to be so heavenly bound that we know earthly good. And so you do all of the good that you can do because you know that the kingdom is right here, right now for the people that you serve and the people that you see. From all of us here at my local church, Mount Zion Church, and my family and the office of the Brooklyn Borough President, we want to thank you for giving this to me. I'm humbled.
St. Anne and the Holy Trinity Church recognizes Pastor Guilford Monrose, Director of Faith-Based and Clergy Initiatives, Office of the Brooklyn Borough President, with the Spirit and Service Award for embodying faithful spiritual leadership and modeling good citizenship, for boldly confronting the pandemics of COVID-19, racial injustice, and gun violence in Brooklyn, for steadfastly serving at the intersection of religious, civic, and political institutions, and encouraging Brooklynites to engage fully in all three.
So we need a little shaken up. We need our raffle master back.
Oh yeah, I'm still here in the raffle castle.
Wait, you're drinking?
Was I not supposed to start? I'm so sorry. I was just the music. I was getting in the mood. Everyone was feeling so good. Anyway, look. Okay, I'll put it down. Soon, but everybody should get their toast ready because hopefully we're going to get everybody in. We're going to do a little toast, raise a glass. Anyway, listen, we're running late, just like those fabulous award shows. We're running late. We got to speed things up. So I'm going to go really fast, except I'll make it so you can hear me. All right, raffle action. Here we go. Ice cream. I love ice cream. This Ample Hills, my niece turned me on to this. Okay, wait, I got to get my drum roll ready. Where's my drum roll? Okay, ready? Ample Hills $50 gift card. Who's going to win it? Let's find out. Oh my gosh, it better be somebody good. Oh my God. Joel Van Loo. Joel, pizza and ice cream, it's a theme. All right, Joel Van Loo, JVL. Next up, luxury home goods. Oh my gosh, Collier's Mansion. This place was so gorgeous. $100 gift card. Here we go. Let's see who won it. Oh my gosh, my hands are shaking. That might be the wine. Okay. Jennifer Kearns. Yay, congratulations, Jennifer Kearns. I don't know if you can see that. Jennifer. She's very stylish. I'm sure she'll do wonderful things with those. Some throw pillows, some accents. Okay, here we go. Neighborhood bookstore. Oh, books are magic. This is a favorite among the locals here. Ready? Oh, here comes my drum roll. Okay, what did my sticky fingers come up with? Deborah Packer. Has Deborah won tonight already? She may have. I'm looking yes, Deborah. Oh my gosh, lucky lady. Okay, I'm just writing that down. Deborah Packer. Congratulations. Okay, how are we doing on time? Is George Clooney waiting in the wings? Ready?
Keep it moving.
Okay, chocolate indulgence. Oh my gosh, my family is all over this one. If they don't win this, chocolate Jacques Torres $75 gift card. Here we go. All right. Who won it? Lori Glover. Oh my gosh. I promise you, I don't know Lori. I'm sure she's a lovely woman. Please, no hate mail to the Raffle Castle. I promise you, this is all above board. All right. Natural Foods, Paralandra. This is something that I think I passed this when I'm on Montague Street. Good food from there. Okay, ready? Okay, drum roll, please. All right, who wins the $50 gift card? Should I pull another name? It says Joel Van Loo.
Yes, pull another name. Pull another name.
Pull another name.
Yes.
Joel, you don't need that. You don't.
He doesn't need it.
Honestly, I'm sorry, but you know, the Chancellor of Chance here is declaring that that's just not going to be. Jerry de Guzman.
Nice.
Oh, very deserving, Jerry. And Joel, I'll take you to Paralandra myself. I promise. Okay. Wines and Spirits, Heights Chateau. Oh, yay, more booze. $100 gift card. Oh my gosh. Let me mix them up. All right, here we go. Here we go. Drum roll, please. It's Joel Van Loo. I swear to heaven. Patty Tipson. Oh, Patty, I'm so excited. I threw your Patty Tipson. Yay.
Awesome.
Patty. That's nice. $100. Good for the holidays coming up. All right. Oh, yummy pub food, Custom House. I eat here all the time when I'm in the neighborhood, just mixing them up. I'm not doing anything untoward. Here we go. Ready? Drum roll, please. $50 gift card to Custom House. Quesadillas are so good there. Claudia Barber. Oh, I couldn't think of a more deserving person. Yay. Can you see that, Claudia? Congratulations. All right, we're down to two more people. All right, the LL Bean gift card. I know a lot of people at home are crossing their fingers and their toes. There's a lot of names in here. Let me mix them up. Here we go. Drum roll, please. $100 gift card, LL Bean. Who is it going to be? Leon Willis.
Say that again. You dropped, your audio dropped.
Did it?
Yeah. Just say
Can
it
you hear
again.
me?
Now I can.
Oh, well,
Who won?
Leon Willis.
No.
I'm so sorry. And like I said, Leon has all those children. So I think they sell kids' clothing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the big award of the night. I would romance it more if I could but we just don't have time. 50-50. And as of late this afternoon, half of the pot was above $500. So half the pot. This person is going home with at least $250. Okay. All right. Enough said. Here we go. You've all been wonderful. Thank you. You've been a lovely audience. Remember to tip your waitress. Here we go. Oh, he's going home with the cash prize. Leah Keith. Congratulations, Leah. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for playing the raffles. This was a lot of fun.
Thank you,
Congratulations to the
Raffle.
winners.
Thank you, Raffle Mistress. You've been it's been delightful.
Thank you. And now I'm going to drink.
Go back. So, folks, we are running just a little bit late, but I hope you'll stay with us. Remember to have a glass of something that you would like to indulge for right after this last performance. Again, we have Michael Winther, Gabrielle Stravelli, and on piano, Art Hirahara. Take it away, folks.
Make someone happy. Make just one someone happy. Make just one heart the heart you cling to. One smile that cheers you. One face that lights when it nears you. One man you're everything to. Fame, if you win it, that comes and goes in a minute. Where's the real stuff in life to cling to? Love is the answer. Someone to love is the answer. Once you found them, build your world around them. Make someone happy. Make just one someone happy, and you will be happy too. just one someone happy. Make just one heart the heart you cling to. One smile that cheers you, one little face that lights when it nears you. One man you're everything to. Fame if you win it, that stuff comes and goes in a minute. Where's the real stuff in life to cling to? Love is the answer, someone to love is the answer. Once you found them, build your world around them. Make someone happy, make just one someone happy, and you will be happy too. Make someone happy, baby, make just one someone happy, and you will be happy too. Love is the answer, so make someone happy. That's all you have to do. Make someone happy, make someone happy, make someone happy, and you will be happy too.
You know, this is a song I remember so well as a kid, but it's been running around in my brain for the last, since March. And I just think it's a song that really speaks to our time, because the lyric, "Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me," is something we're all dealing with where, we are responsible ultimately. And that's why I love this song, and I hope you enjoy it too. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. Through some higher power, connected all are we. Let us walk with each other in a perfect harmony. Oh, let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my solemn vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Oh, let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Oh, let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my solemn vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Oh, let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. With me. With me. We were so happy to be able to come to St. Anne and the Holy Trinity to sing out loud in a big space instead of in our apartments, which we've been doing. And I wanted to thank my friend Canon John for inviting me. And I was so excited when my friends Gabrielle Stravelli and Art Hirahara were able to do this and join me today. So thank you to them. And we hope you enjoyed the program, and hopefully you can find it in your hearts and souls to give to St. Anne's. Like everybody, St. Anne's is in need, and if you have it and you can spare it, it's a great place to put it. So this next song is a duet with Gabrielle and I, and it is two songs. It's a twofer, Happy Days and Get Happy. And it was made famous by Judy Garland and Barbra Streisand. Today, I am Judy Garland, and Gabrielle is Barbra Streisand. So you can just imagine that. All right, shall we? Forget your troubles.
Happy
Come
days
on, get happy.
are here again.
You better chase all
skies
your
above
cares
are clear
away. Sing hallelujah
So let's sing it
and just
song.
get happy. We're
Happy
heading
days
for the
are
judgment
here.
day. The sun is shining.
All together.
Just get happy.
Shout it
The Lord is
now.
waiting
There's
to
no one who
take
can
your
doubt it
hand. Sing
So let's tell the
hallelujah.
world.
Just get happy. We're
Happy
heading
days
for the
are
promised
here
land. We're heading across the river. Soon our cares will all be gone.
There'll be no more from now on. From now on.
Forget your troubles.
Happy
Just get
days
happy.
are here again.
You better chase
The
all
skies
those
above are
cares
clear
away.
again.
Sing
So let's sing a
hallelujah.
song
Just get
of cheer
happy.
again. Happy times.
Happy times.
Happy nights.
Happy nights. Happy days are here again.
I want to welcome the other panelists in. We've kept you a little long. I just want to be sure to offer a few thanks as we close out. Remember, we're going to invite you in, get a glass of something, anything, and plan to join us just for a quick toast. I have to say God bless Michael Winther, Gabrielle Stravelli and Art Hirahara, also Janice Lowe, Gwen Laster, and Damon Banks. We are so grateful. You knocked it out of the park, all of you. You're phenomenal, and St. Anne owes you a great debt of gratitude. Thank you. Also to thank our local businesses who offered their gifts to us to raffle off to 2 people in the entire evening. No, there were a few more of you. Height Chateau, Wines and Spirits, Paralandra Natural Foods, Del Rocco's Pizza, Custom House Pub, James Weir Florist, and Montague Wines. And we also want to thank some sponsors of some other gifts, and you know who you are. I have to thank also someone who was behind the scenes. I should have said this during the thanks to the performers, Johan Eriksson Svala, who did all the audio for this magnificently. Then, of course, there's Ellen Riley, the magnificent Ellen Riley, not just a great raffle mistress, but an incredible friend above all things, but a videographer, producer, just all around great gal. And I present you with these flowers, Ellen Riley. And I think I'll do my best to get them to you as soon as I can. But anyway, these are for you, dear one.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I have some flowers for Carol Francescani, who's not on screen. She did an awful lot to make this happen. So Carol, these are for you. Tima Coeli in Athens, Greece, produced our webpage. She helped make the raffles happen before Ellen did. And she just is a great friend. Duncan Cruz helped with some of the preparations. Terry Rondazzo, our parish administrator, was a great behind the scenes helper. Thank you, Terry.
She worked with me in the raffle castle.
There you go. And Joel Van Loo, who I live with, and I'm embarrassed to say, won too many prizes tonight. God bless you, my love. Thank you. And I think that might be it. So yes, to Leon and to Hallie, our wardens, to the leadership here, to, oh, look at them. There they are in all their glory, all 5 of them, the Willises. And I think somewhere that I can't see, the Taylors are.
And they're right below the Willises.
There they are, there they are. And yes, we're starting to invite you in. Yay! Listen, folks, you've been wonderful. We need you, and we know we can count on you. This has been a great opportunity to tell you how thankful we are for you. When you're all in, and I think that might be, I hope, in a matter of a few minutes, we're going to thank you all and by raising a glass. There's Michael Winther. God bless you, my friend. Congratulations. You outdid yourself.
Yes, on there. Well, you were there for a minute, but then
and you can, I think you can unmute yourselves if you want.
Unmuted and disappeared.
And we can hear you, so be careful what you say.
Great job, you guys.
Thank you so
Amazing.
much. If you have a glass, I invite you to raise it. Someone's raising her bottle in Virginia. That's fabulous. Really, from the bottom of my heart, this is to you. This is to all who put this event together, all who serve here, and who, with their whole mind, heart, and soul, not only love God but love their neighbor, and show it every day and by what you do. Thank you to my clergy colleagues, Mother Kate, Father Craig, Mother Marie Tatro. I could go on, but here's to you. And here's to the future. Blessings to you.
Yay!
Here.
Thank you.
Many blessings.
Wow. Video.
We're still promoting people. We've still got like 2 more to go.
Oh my gosh, really? Golly.
Yes, you may have to drink again. You may have to drink again.
But
I mean, that's not going to be a problem.
It's over. There's friends. I see you all. There's Joy, my cousin. She always shows up for us.
There we are. Hello.
Thank you.
And Marcy Duffield is the last one.
So many of you.
I think
You're
that's
all
it.
wonderful. Thank you. All the way from California, Margaret Victor. Ronka, thank you for being here again for us. Thank you, and to your family.
Wait, John, everybody smile. I'm going to take a couple of screen grabs of this beautiful group. Everybody smile.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. And I got to do another one because there's so many people that they don't all fit on one screen. So let me do another one. Ready? And 1, 2, 3.
Hi.
Okay, you all look great.
Thank you.
Yes, there's 50.
Thanks, Eileen. Eileen.
Thank you all from Seattle. They're the Kearns Van Loos of Seattle. Big winners tonight.
Yay.
You're also wonderful. Thank you for sticking it out. I know we're all a little close to the edge of our bandwidth and a little zoomed out, but I hope you thought it was worth it. I certainly did. We really thank you. Thank you.
Canon John, could we have an encore?
Could we have our encore? Yeah.
Yeah, encore from Michael.
Michael. Did you prepare your no more. No, his work is done here. His work is done here.
Beautiful
and it was
job,
done magnificently.
He can be himself and transform himself from Judy Garland now.
Wow, so glad I came.
Why would he? All right, gang. Thank you again. God bless you all. Have a great night. Happy Thanksgiving.